friends, and welcome back to our channel. Today I'm going to show you how I made the Dragonstone from Skyrim, one of my favorite video games. For everyone playing at home, here's the material list I used for this project. I started out by copying the image onto the insulation foam. After that, I took it to the bandsaw to cut out the shape. Then I moved over to the sander to even out the roughed edges. With a utility knife, I cut out the bulk pieces of foam to save time sanding down the road. Now it's time to use the Dremel. I am using the rough grit sandpaper drum to help achieve that damaged look. Also, the pink insulation foam is pretty nasty to inhale. Make sure you're using the proper PPE for this. Time to start drawing on the details. I started out with a colored pencil and it was not leaving marks on the foam like I wanted it to. So I swapped out my pencil for a pen and it worked a lot better. Once that's done, I went over everything with a Sharpie. You could totally skip this step if you have carbon transfer paper, but I don't. So here we are. If you had transfer paper, it could probably knock off at least 2 to 3 hours off this project. For carving the details on the stone, I mainly used the engraving tip and the long and skinny sandstone bit with my Dremel. You might be thinking, Katora, why are you using pink insulation foam over EVA foam for this project? One of the reasons why I picked the pink insulation foam was because I liked that the material was porous. And after you paint it, it still has that stone texture that you can't get from EVA foam. We're not planning on taking it to any conventions. It's just going to be a background prop for TikTok. You don't have to have any of these tools that I've mentioned to do this project. It just makes the job a lot easier. I used tinfoil to add some subtle detail to the stone. When I primed the Dragonstone, I used acrylic gesso. Do not use any rattle can primer. Most of them have a solvent in it and it will eat your pink insulation foam. If you don't have a gesso on hand, you can easily use acrylic paint. You'll just have to do a couple more coats. After the gesso was dry, I added a coat of warm gray paint. My bad, I totally forgot to film this next step. All I did was layer different shades of gray and then paint the stars black. Please forgive me, I'll do better next time. When I was adding the gold, I mixed 3 different shades for a little variety. Next, I went back and added some darker shade of gray to help define the dragon's head a little bit better. After that was done, I wasn't happy with how the gold looked on the Dragonstone, so I went back with some gray paint to cover up the gold a little bit. Okay, it's time for some weathering. This is when you get to see your project come to life. I am using raw umber and burnt sienna to weather this. I water it down quite a bit and mop it on top of the stone. Then I remove most of the paint with a slightly damp paper towel. I hope you all are enjoying this little video. Do you like Skyrim? Are there other Skyrim props that you would like to see us try and make? I used a Q-tip to get into those hard to reach places. Now that I'm satisfied with weathering, I'm going to go back in and dry brush a little bit of light gray to help make the stone pop. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate you joining us. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you hit the like button and possibly the subscribe button. And I will see you next time.